Yo, what's up, chat? It's Joker. Today we're gonna be VOD reviewing one of Drizzy's recent games from the Showdown series. I was originally gonna do an AI voice recording for this video, but I was editing it and it was just taking way too long, so I figured I'd just voice record it instead. But alright, starting off with the kickoff sequence. Let's see what Drizzy does here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. No, well, yeah,
Okay, so we have a very good vertical kickoff right off the bat here from Drizzy. Extremely high level kickoff. And because it's such a controlled vertical kickoff, a lot of the times when people go for vertical kickoffs, they don't think about how their opponent's momentum is going to affect the ball placement, right? But Drizzy is actively thinking about where his opponent is relative to where he is and where Trendy is, so he can get the ball properly past to Trendy, right? So again, we can see that demonstrated right here. We have Drizzy driving under the ball. He recognizes that his opponent's downward momentum combined with Drizzy's forward ground momentum combined with an upward flick is going to perfectly get this ball to Trendy. So it's a combination of all of these things, right? Is going to diagonally angle this ball perfectly to Trendy because Drizzy has done this kickoff thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. And that's why he's one of the best fucking players in the entire world, right? Okay, so... and that's exactly what happens, right? He gets the ball to Trendy. But the issue here is that Trendy has a multitude of different options, right? Right off the bat, he has this just brutal horizontal stall chain. Like, if that was me, I'd just be spamming that shit, like, straight to the net, my guy, you know? But instead, he doesn't do that. Or he can tilt his car back, cold shot. And so I'd like to add, if he were to go for the gold shot here, it would be best that he rotates back and lets Drizzy come in to maintain the active pressure while Trendy recovers boost. There's a multitude of different options. Or gold shotting isn't necessarily the best sequence, right? Like, that's going to be a routine save for Zoe. Instead, you want to just retain ball control. But the issue here is that Trendy overextends, so it's going to be insanely difficult for him to retain ball control, which he doesn't, right? As we see, he doesn't retain ball control, unfortunately. But ideally, you want to retain ball control here with a safe 50, you know? Like, if he sees that he's about to overextend, like, maybe, like, a horizontal stall right here, and then just 50. And then just 50 down below right here, it's a 1v1 you and Zoe. And then you can have Drizzy come in, supporting you, you know, get the rotation going, get the attack started, you know. But instead he just gives away ball control, which is fine because they end up recovering. It's not the end of the world. It's not like he's in a horrible position here necessarily. I mean, he has Drizzy right here supporting. He also does a great job maintaining active pressure in the position. He doesn't just let Zaki have open space to do what he wants with ball control. You know, he makes up for his past options that he could have went for. And I'd also like to note, instead of directly challenging here, he could have also rotated back and let Drizzy take this challenge, right? Which is also a useful option, but this continuation is perfectly fine because by Trendy challenging immediately, it puts the opponent into an uncomfortable situation sooner compared to if he rotated back and then let Drizzy take the challenge. If he let Drizzy take the challenge instead, Zaki actually has some time to start a freestyle and do what he wants for a little bit. But this is a good continuation here by Trendy. which is good. It's good recovery on Trendy's part to keep the active pressure in the position, which is what you want. So let's see how the continuation goes from here, folks. If I can just get this fucking screen rotated in.
Those are not cold, so. Huh? I can't hear you. Oh, don't worry about it right now. We got the tournament going.
And to see how they're just doing a great job just maintaining active pressure on the ball. We have, Drizzy doing a fantastic job in his supportive role. Drizzy knows that he has to be prepared to recover in case the 50 doesn't go well. Drizzy doesn't just assume that Trendy's gonna win every 50. No, Drizzy is actively aware of the interactions of the vehicles and the likely outcomes of the scenarios, right? Drizzy is a very predictive player. He's gonna go to where the ball is, and that's how he does such a great job just maintaining this active pressure in the position, right? As we see here, Trendy rotates out, Drizzy rotates in, just to maintain this active pressure on the ball, right? So, we see immediately, look at this rotation, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Trendy gets off the ball, Drizzy immediately coming in to maintain this active pressure on Zoe here, He doesn't just let Zoe go up to the ceiling, do what he wants. No, he goes up, maintains active pressure, and Trendy does a beautiful job rotating back to the net where he's gonna be in an ideal position to make up for any mistakes, in case the 50 doesn't go well here, or whatever challenge Drizzy wants to go for in this position, right? So let's see.
All right, here we go.
And beautiful. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I was trying to explain earlier. Beautiful continuations to the position. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So we have Drizzy maintaining amazing active pressure here on the ball. Look at this car control. It's beautiful. Oh my god. And then a beautiful boosted horizontal stall chain into the position. And then he just goes down below the net to just maintain that active offensive pressure. So intelligent by Drizzy. Coming into the zone instead of shooting here or going for a gold follow. Because realistically, from Zacky's behavior, that's what Zacky was expecting when you come in, right? Look at Zacky. He's already up expecting, I thought Drizzy was gonna gold shot or gold follow, right? Because that's what most people would have done in that scenario. But Drizzy, as smart as he is, doesn't do that and enters into this position with this boosted horizontal stall chain. Now, with Drizzy and Zacky here, they're in ideal attacking position. So many different options they can continue with from here. Right? So it's just important in all your games. If you see a good move, look for a better one, right? And that's exactly what Drizzy demonstrated in this position. And beautiful. And he keeping that pressure.
Ooh, and we got a dip. Oh, okay, good save by Trendy there. Because I don't think Drizzy was getting back to that.
And again, just the rotation immediate, and it's safe and it's effective, right? Because Trendy has pressure on the ball here. Oh, he's low boost. Okay, Drizzy comes in, but Trendy is already in an ideal place to defend in case the 50 doesn't go well. And that rotation, it's immediate, right? And it has to be so quick. Especially at this level, right? Because you can't just let these mechanical motherfuckers just get time and space to do what they want with their stalls. So it's amazing, just absolutely amazing. It's just the art of just being outstanding, and that's why he peaked top one just numerous times. Chemistry like this is ultimately what just wins you the most, because you're not going to be playing that effectively with your average ranked teammate. You're going to be playing with so many ranked teammates that are just going to be cherry picking up field, doing whatever the fuck they want, right? But this is just a prime example of what happens when you have effective teamwork. So let's just see the continuation here.
Hits it up. Zaki goes over him. Full sandwiches here. Oh, man. Missed the gold shot, Zaki.
Oh, and look at this. Beautiful. So look at this small detail. Small detail by Trendy here. It's coming in. Oop. Because he knows it's going to be unsafe if to just hit this up the ramp, So Zoe's just going to come in. Zoe knows that's almost, that's dangerous, right? To just hit that up the ramp, right? That's vulnerable. So we can just get that easily. And I'd also like to note that on top of the threat of Zoe potentially scoring if Trendy hits it up the ramp, even if Trendy hits it fast enough, Zoe is going to be contesting Trendy on a ceiling 50, and it's not going to be as ideal for Drizzy to help defend the position versus keeping the ball downwards below the ramp. It forces Zoe and Zaki to have to 50. It's not like they can just shoot. It's going to be a routine save for both Drizzy and Trendy if they shoot in that position, versus if Trendy hits it up the ramp, number one has to worry about the possibility of him not hitting it fast enough and conceding a goal. Or if he does hit it fast enough, it's still just a really poor idea to be 50ing on the ceiling versus 50ing below your goal post. It's always a better idea to take 50s below the net than above the net. So just keep that in mind. So instead, Trendy goes over, and now he goes up the ramp to keep the ball downwards. And now they're going to be in a much better defending position to break this ball outwards, right? And that's exactly what happens. So we see this beautiful play by Trendy, as we were talking about. And then Drizzy is being careful here, right? Because you have to be careful not to just hit this ball upwards. So Drizzy's being very mindful of his touches here. Look at this. Boom. He's not even boosting. Look at that. It's just soft touches, right? Just one step at a time, breaking the ball out. Beautiful. Hits it upwards and maintains active pressure. That's all you have to do, right? It's a combination of all these small details into the position that create effective attacking sequences, right? It's like building a house, right? You have the foundation, then you have the frames, and then you have the electrical wiring and the plumbing and the roofing and all that, It's the same in Sideswipe, right? When you're building the attack, it's just a combination of small, tiny details to ensure that you're maintaining ball control and active pressure to get the results you want, ultimately.
Ball grip? No, I don't. I don't even know what that is. Ooh, Zachy has to play that defense. Good follow-up by Hurley. I have no clue what that is. Oh! There we go. Nice shot.
So this is where it all went wrong in the position. Was when Trendy hit it up to Zoe, right? They already have two people committed up here, right? Trendy and Drizzy. So this is already a double commit, right? So challenging this is not a good challenge. This could in a lot of cases you could get scored on almost instantaneously in positions like these. So instead he could have just rotated back instead of challenging. But I mean, it's not necessarily the end of the world, because you have Drizzy here who recognizes this, and Drizzy is gonna probably do a good job rotating back. So it's not necessarily too bad as it seems, because see what I mean? Like, Drizzy's already rotating back. Already, it's instantaneous. You know what I mean?
Good follow.
And look at that! Look at that! Amazing recovery! Amazing recovery! Look at this! Look at that! Oh my goodness! Amazing recovery by Drizzy.
By Hurley.
And he gets the save, which is good. But the problem is that they're kind of boost starved here from that challenge. So it's just not necessarily bad, but it's not the best either, because they're going to be lacking ball control here, which is what goes wrong. So he's going to be leaving Trendy in this one-on-one situation.
I have no clue what that is.
And that's what goes wrong. It's just that boost starvation. And it all started with this overcommit here from Trendy. Right? It was all back here with this challenge. Whoops. Oh, wait, where is it? Oh, hey, ow, hey, ow, hey, where are ya? Where are ya? Where are ya, folks? Oh, wait, hey, oh yeah, this challenge right here. Yeah, right here, see? This is where it all starts. And this is just a prime example of how even the smallest mistake can cost you a goal.
Good follow-up by Hurley. I have no clue what that is. Oh! There we go. Nice shot from Hurley. It says Zoe, but it's Hurley.
But let's rewind it again. Because if you look more closely, there technically could have been something Trendy could have done. But not really, because when you look at this challenge from Drizzy, he tried to stall here. And even though he stalls, he's still vulnerable to Zoe just pushing this through, right? So he's already beat to it. Trendy's already beat to this. He's already beat here. There's nothing. Like, once Drizzy challenged this the way he did, they're already beat in that scenario. A better challenge for to not try and stall here and retain boost instead of a challenge, right? So And like instead of challenging here, he can flip back to the backboard right here, retain some boost, and then consolidate, right? But instead he challenges on low boost when he doesn't need to. And that's what costs him. But it's not necessarily that he challenged on low boost is what cost him, but the way he challenged, right? He stalls into this so he can just push it through. So instead, just rotate back to the ceiling. Like, this is a good initial challenge. This is a very good initial challenge by Drizzy, mad respect. But after this, just like flip back to the backboard right here, right?
I have no clue what that is. Oh! There we go. Nice shot from Hurley. It says Zoe, but it's Hurley.